everyone, and welcome to episode 80 of Podcast The Five Ring, your source of enlightenment in the realm of video games, tabletop, anime, film, and took. Each episode of Podcast The Five Rings releases Monday mornings on iTunes and SoundCloud, and topic by topic, day by day on YouTube, with the full video releasing on Friday. To catch updates about the podcast or other news, give us a follow on your social media platform of choice, listed in the description below, which I will not be reading off. I am now your new tyrannical lord and leader, the Dark Fortune Duelist meta. But I'm accompanied by, actually, I should say not have, that would imply that he's illegally here and I'm holding him hostage, the wildcard Mao.
Send help.
He's joking. And our hostage, who once was an evil ruler, but is now my permanent guest at this estate.
Help, I'm being oppressed.
Obsidian.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
How are you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the work week has been better, and I have a lot to look forward to.
Are you trying to tell me you don't like working 16-hour days?
No, I don't. Not like 4 days in a row. It
builds character, Obs.
I mean, when I see my paycheck tomorrow, it'll be more worth it, but, you know.
Yeah, the number will be great.
All the overtime will look nice, but those fond memories of staring distantly out my office window, wishing that a meteor would come crashing down. I'll always hold them close to my heart. Come, Thanos, bring your snap. Save me from this reality. Bring me off this mortal coil.
You know what your luck would be, though? He's going to snap, and you see other people dissipating, but you're still stuck there.
There was time now. Yeah, Thanos is like, get in the back and start unloading those boxes.
See,
damn it, Thanos.
Just get snapped away, but you're stuck left behind.
No, I believed in you, Thanos. You let me down.
What would be the luck? That's about it.
But no, I'm excited for Thanos tonight. I'm going to see.
Oh yeah, you're going.
I'm going to see Endgame, which we'll be talking about, and then
I should go see it too.
Then yeah, you should. And then this weekend's Game of Thrones, which is not the penultimate, but it's kind of like the big climactic battle episode, which I'm excited about. So I got a lot to look forward to. It's been a long week otherwise, just because I've been excited about stuff.
Now that the series is essentially going to be over, I am probably just going to grab Lily.
Just binge it.
I'm so happy for it to be over.
I know. We know, Mao. You're the guy in all the memes. It's like, herder, I'm the one person who doesn't watch it. We know. But speaking of memes, did you see that Nickelodeon was putting out toys of the SpongeBob memes?
Yes.
Which is amazing.
You get sexy Squidward toys.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The Patrick with his mouth open, the herder SpongeBob bent over like a chicken.
I gotta see this now.
They're pretty funny.
I'm doing an actual toy
live Googling.
I'm live Googling. Live.
This is how we roll here. We live Google every time.
Oh my god!
Sometimes I live Google as I reveal my topic because I forget details.
Freaking real!
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Holy crap! I can't believe this is happening.
Yes, we are fellow children.
Yeah, we're at stevebuscemi.jpg.
Right.
That cleft chin is amazing.
Yeah, one of my friends got all he wanted for Christmas was a picture of the handsome Squidward, like of the painting, and his mom got it for him, and that was all he got for Christmas. And he was super excited for some reason.
Actually, speaking of memes, I'm gonna segue into another meme thing. They just dropped Sonic, the channel just for Sega dropped out the second part of the little animated video that they've been doing for the Sonic racing game, and it has the Pikachu meme in it. It's great.
Oh no! I do love the random clips of the Sonic Boom show. I think are great. Yeah, how self-aware they are.
Sonic Boom, I think we've talked about this before, but Sonic Boom is immensely self-aware. It's a very enjoyable show for adults or for just fans who've been with the series and grown up and whatnot. It's really good. I actually enjoy that series a lot.
We won't speak about the movie. That hasn't come out yet. Oh, Detective Pikachu early stuff. Everybody's been saying it's good, so I might go see that too. Yeah.
I'm gonna go see it just for the sake of it. I just want to see if
you just want to see Mewtwo. That's all.
That's really what I'm there for. You got me.
Hey, I know you.
I'm sure he's gonna have a very like 2-bit part. He's just gonna show up, say nothing of value whatsoever, shoot some psychic beams, and be beaten in a fight. I'm sure
He'll get thunderbolted or something.
It's gonna be something like the power of friendship defeats him or something. Be like the one time,
Just like my shonens.
Oh,
and Code Geass is going to be in theaters next weekend, I believe. Next weekend or the week after next weekend.
It feels really weird that that's coming back after having been so...
After like 13 years or something?
Yeah, essentially. It just feels really weird that that's even... the movie is just like a redone version of like the series, right?
Yeah, the movies are... And they're actually really good. They add some new stuff. I mean, like all movie summary versions do. Like, they're the bridged versions, and this is in that universe. So
they've got one story, and they're going to tell it every way they can.
Like Shirley's still alive. A lot of the characters some of the characters who died don't.
There's the version of it in like the Sengoku era or whatever. Then there's the version where they just
Nunnally's Nightmare,
but take out all of the mechs.
Wait. There's a version in the Sengoku era?
Yeah, there's like 4 different manga. There's a spin-off anime OVA or something.
Well, there's one that's in the past that is actually like I think it's supposed to be like a canon prequel, but then there's one that's sort of like a retelling in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
it's weird. They just kept they came out with so many manga where they're just like, we're gonna tell it differently.
It's a popular series, so
yeah, but the story was great for what it was, but you don't need to retell it 5 times.
I don't know why they did.
I don't know. I guess
the same story without the mechs.
The Japanese people bought it. What do you want?
I mean, look, I'm not saying they have some great taste at times, but they can be wrong too.
I mean, there's really just
that's why they're doing it.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's really what it is.
Culture of Japan.
Yeah, for some reason, I really like collecting.
They love gotcha stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Meta, do you want to segue Mao into the first topic?
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me just start a story and we'll segue into it. So the other day, my nephew, who doesn't exist at all, was learning magic and whatnot, and that's Mao's topic. Go.
Smooth as butter.
He opened up his fresh Sheevan dragon and started slinging spells. He loves him. Is it 4 or 5? I can't remember the stats on it.
He slapped down this black deck in front of me, and I was like, "What? I can't believe you would do this to me!" And I slapped my white deck down in front of him, and I was like, "This is it.
I'm gaining life, buddy. What do you got?" I got some vigilance. I got some lifelink.
That's when he revealed he had vampires. You need 2 head lifelink.
Oh no.
Well, my topic is in fact Magic the Gathering, like it was going to be for the last 3 weeks.
This is such a surprise.
Well, now we have all the cards, Mal. So
it's true. So they've got the newest set, War of the Spark, coming out. It's the pre-release will be this weekend as of recording,
which I'll be at tomorrow night as well.
It's actually, you can already play it on Magic Arena.
Really?
Oh, is it out already? I know it was coming out this month, but I didn't know it was out so soon.
Might be today it came out.
Yeah.
I didn't know Magic Arena was doing like the sets as well. I thought Magic Arena was kind of like Magic Light.
No,
it's esports Magic basically.
It's only the newer sets, like everything.
Yeah, it's not gonna have Legacy and Modern and stuff.
Yeah, at least not for a long time.
Yeah,
if they decide to get rid of Magic Online.
Oh, okay. Wow, I had no idea.
Yep.
Yeah, War of the Spark is it's kind of the. We're in the ending of like so many big like things because we got the Marvel thing. This
of Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, exactly.
This chapter.
As an outside viewer who like almost never follows the stuff or when you guys are talking about it, even that's what I was getting. Is like it just looks like this is kind of like Endgame.
Yeah. It's the final showdown with Nicol Bolas.
Yeah.
Until the next time.
Yeah, until he's back. Nicol Bolas will be back in Avengers 3.
Gosh damn it.
Battles with Nicol Bolas.
This sounds like Fu Lang again. We're just going to have to fight freaking Lopan.
Yeah, they kicked it off. There was a CG trailer set to a
it was good.
Cover.
Yep. It was good.
It was just they were really going all out.
Which I believe that scene is depicted on many of these cards.
Yeah.
Basically.
So from the mechanical side, the set has only 3-ish mechanics basically. It's got
new mechanics, right?
Yeah, new like
one new mechanic, kind of.
one new mechanic, which so the main thing about the set is Planeswalkers is like the marquee mechanic. Instead of being like maybe you get 5 in or usually it's 3-ish in these kinds of sets. You get like 5 in a core set.
Mm-hmm.
There's 36 in this set.
Slow down. They're not all as powerful as normal.
Wow.
There's one in every pack, and to do that, they have some at uncommon, rare, and mythic, instead of they've always been mythic before. Basically, each drop down in rarity, you lose an ability.
Wow.
But they also all have a static ability this time. So, like, the uncommon Tybalt, the Rakish Instigator, is 2 in a red, and your opponent, for 5 loyalty, your opponents can't gain life, and then -2, create a 1/1 red devil creature token. When this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target.
Yep, so they all have at least a loyalty ability and a static ability, basically like an enchantment or something along those lines.
An enchantment you can attack.
Yeah.
And a lot of them will usually you can use them like maybe 2 times or whatever. Like a lot of them I think do have like a -2 ability with an odd number of loyalty, so that they're left with 1 loyalty, so they hang around. Or you can use the other mechanic, which is a returning one, proliferate.
None of us are going to be able to pronounce that correctly.
Proliferate.
Proliferate.
Which is when you get to proliferate, you can choose any number of permanents and or players, then give each another counter of each kind they already have, which is a slight change. They changed the rules a little bit, but that's not huge. Basically, you'll be able to keep adding counters to the stuff you want to have counters, like your Planeswalkers. Or the other mechanic, the only new one, amass, which is it will be amass and then a number. So amass 3 means you get put 3 +1/+1 counters on an army you control. But if you don't control an army, you first create a 0/0 black zombie army creature token first. So you will always only have 1 army, and it will just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
And they have tokens, multiple tokens that depict more and more zombie Eternals.
They've got 3 tokens. There's one that's just 1 zombie by itself, and then that same zombie, but with a few more people behind him. And then again, you'll see that zombie, but now there's an entire army behind him.
Yep. One of the tricks I saw LSV and Marshall talking about on limited resources was like the only time you kind of want to proliferate on someone else's creature is when you have the creatures that are like can't be blocked by a creature with power X or greater. You might actually want to proliferate like their 3/3 and kill like a planeswalker or something.
That's cute.
Yeah, so that's like kind of in limited the only time you really want to do it. In like modern, if they have like poison counters and stuff.
Yeah, you would proliferate the counter on them. Yeah.
Wow.
Or -1, -1s.
Especially in limited, you'll be just doing yourself. Or all your stuff. You won't proliferate any of your opponent's stuff. But, yeah. So they were light on the mechanics, but that's just because planeswalkers are so big. Like, they've never done anything close to this before.
Mm-hmm.
And planeswalkers sort of have a way of warping the board, at least mentally, because they have always been like powerhouses. So now it's an interesting like.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
Ignore this.
Exactly, we were talking about this before before we started recording. I kind of want to go Planeswalker heavy at the pre-release tonight or tomorrow night because I want to see how people react. Because normally, Planeswalkers you just like attack them if they're on the board because they're just so board state warping that you have to. Or if you just let them run rampant, you'll lose the game unless your opponent's on like a few life left or you can reasonably kill them before they switch the tides of battle. So I'm curious when most people can reasonably get like 2 planeswalkers on the board in the game. Will it slow down the game even further? That in turn makes like games that or cards that end board stalls and stuff more impactful, like flyers or creatures with evasion, or like the white card that lets you swing without worrying about crack backing because it gives all your guys lifelink. It taps all their guys and then gives all your guys lifelink. It's sorcery speed.
Right.
So that kind of like that'll be important for getting rid of planeswalkers. It's stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the other big thing with the set is they wanted this to be like they wanted the story to just like ooze from it. Like it's
Which it does.
It's an event-based set. Like which they have like the cards show off way more of the story than any other set in modern history. Like it usually they do like 5 story moments, which are like the big story points in a set.
Mhm.
And this one it's just like you
A
can
lot.
they actually were as they did the spoiler different, like instead of just doing the rares and mythics for like 2 weeks, they did 3 weeks of spoilers, and then they did all the cards by the end of the spoilers instead of just dumping the rest that they hadn't spoiled on the last day. By the last day every card had been spoiled already. And they actually, there's on their website there's like an area where you can look at the scenes of the story day by day, and that's one way to just like see the story unfold.
That's pretty sweet.
They're not doing like fictions or anything. They're putting out a book, right?
So
or are they
the
going to do
book-
fictions?
So the one part where they really kind of messed up, I think, is they were going to have 22 prequel stories, which got delayed till June. So that's a ways off, when the set won't really be so relevant anymore. And there is a book which came out yesterday or the day before, instead of their weekly fictions. There will be, I think, the next 6 weeks there will be some fictions that tie in, but the bulk of the story is told through the novel, which is the first novel since
It's been a long time, hasn't it?
in the last decade, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I just want to know who the Wanderer is, Mal. That's it.
I
That's the only-
think I saw an interview.
It better be Elpsith.
Nah, I think the Wanderer will play into the next chapter more.
I gotcha.
They introduced her in this set, but I think she's going to be a bigger player going after this.
I was kind of, I did see that, by the way. I was looking at the cards preview, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this Wanderer? And why are they so cool looking?"
Yeah, the Wanderer. They also did like something unique, which is instead of because usually it's for Planeswalkers, it's Legendary Planeswalker dash their name. So the Wanderer literally just says Legendary Planeswalker, no name, because no one knows who they are.
I actually like them. They're really cool looking, and I can definitely see a bit of an Asian vibe to their design. I'm not gonna lie, I'm liking it a lot.
Yeah. But man, we gotta talk about that real sauce. Them Japanese planeswalkers.
Oh god.
They got me wanting to buy a box of Japanese boosters that I can't read just to get planeswalkers.
Yeah, as another unfolding part of the marketing for this set, because it's been insane. They did a promotion with Japan that any pack of Japanese War of the Spark will have any planeswalker that's in it will be 50% chance of either the normal art or art done by Japanese artists, including
Yoshitaka Amano.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy artist.
Wow.
Who did
Liliana.
and it looks great. I love that.
I love it.
Can you link that one again? Just for the sake of it. I would love to see that because, man, Yoshitaka Amano.
Mm-hmm. Which they also have sleeves and little posters that are done through some. I don't remember exactly who it is, but like it's one of those spend so much, get points, cash in points to get the sleeves or whatever. I think you have to spend 20,000 yen to get the sleeves.
That's really cool looking.
Yeah, she looks great. I want that.
And the sleeves
I just
have
want it
her
on a
back.
print.
The sleeves have her. Oh.
Yeah, they have
They do have the little poster. You might be able to get it on eBay or something.
Mm-hmm.
That I might do that. I love his art style. Very unique.
Yeah, I love Amano.
Yeah.
They got a lot of
about it.
they got a lot of Japanese artists. I like Nissa too. A lot of them are very manga-esque. My favorite
Yeah.
my favorite one might be John Yu and Mowu.
Oh, it's so cute.
They look so adorable, and it's the one of the Fire Emblem artists is
Yeah.
the artist
Aw.
on it.
Yeah,
Really would like that,
they pulled in like planeswalkers from all over their stories and introduced quite a few new ones. Like what's his name? What was it? Zhang Yanggu.
Yeah, Zhang
and
Yonggu.
He was one of the Chinese planeswalkers because they released 2 little planeswalker decks in China, and he was one of the characters they created for that. And then they like brought in Davriel from the book that Brandon Sanderson or the novella that he wrote, and then they created new ones like the Wanderer and Teo the Shield Mage, who is just who is a big character in the book that came out, but he's completely
He's
new.
like a newbie planeswalker, basically.
Yeah,
Then he's like Spark Ignite. He ended up on Ravnica.
Yes, his spark ignited, and the first place he jumped to was Ravnica while all this crap is going down.
What is the spark exactly? I don't know. What
The
that
spark is what it's I think it's like 1 in a million people will have the spark, and in each of them it might not ever ignite. Basically, it will ignite in like either moments of near death experiences, and your spark will ignite and you'll planeswalk away. It can also happen due to emotional trauma. A Johnny, the cat person planeswalker, his spark ignited when he saw Nicol Bolas kill his brother, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So he just got so mad, his spark ignited, and he planeswalked.
I love Tomio as well.
I don't think it was.
I would love to see them do like a Kamigawa, some like old cards reprinted in anime style. But that's just me.
Yeah. I mean, yes, we're all weebs. We'll all like the Japanese.
Yeah. I mean, it's us.
So the story is basically Nicol Bolas, who has been plotting for. They actually started the idea back in Origin, which is I think 2015.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So it's been like 4 years in the making.
It was before Zendikar, the second or third Zendikar block.
I mean, yeah, it's what they used to set up the Gatewatch, and the whole and it was always meant to like here was the climax was this Nicol Bolas on Ravnica, because Aaron Forsyth, the leader of R&D for Magic, tweeted out like the story arc they intended from way back when. So it was always leading here. He had been gathering parts and people from other planes. So he got a planar portal from Kaladesh that he used to transport an undead army from the Egyptian plane of Amonkhet. Yeah,
which he got the Lazatet from and stuff, I believe.
Yeah, they are zombies or undead coated in a blue metal, basically. That's the army. What the army tokens will depict is all of them. The Eternal.
Yeah, it's basic. Yeah, it's Nicol Bolas's zombie army.
And then from Ixalan, he has the Immortal Sun, which was used to trap the Planeswalkers, and he's using the Elder Spell to harvest their sparks, which is fatal to have your spark harvested.
If he gets all their sparks, he can become a god again. Basically,
he does. Like you see it unfold throughout the cards that the Elder Spell goes off, and he becomes, because his Planeswalker card is it's Nicol Bolas, Dragon God.
Yeah,
and so his brother Ugin got together with some people, and they end up are able to trap him. They're able to somehow not non-fatally take his spark and trap him on what was called the Meditation Realm, which is how he survived in the past when people had thought they'd killed him. But this time they trapped him there without a spark and chained him up. So I guess now he's like...
Does Ugin become the door? Persona 3.
Jeez.
But it's now they have break in case of emergencies for Bolus in the future, I guess. But
But Mal, what the real pressing question: who wins, Nahiri or Sorin? These are the things that need to be answered.
Well, they had planeswalkers from all over with their own story going on, and yes, Nahiri and Sorin have been fighting each other for some time now, and they
just hate each other
on this plane, saw each other, and were like, who cares?
Screw this! We're fighting each other.
Fight each other. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
So I got a question here because I'm looking at a lot of the art and I'm trying to understand a little bit more of the War of the Spark.
Yeah.
But it looks like people are both fighting with each other and against each other. Like I could see some of the undead pictures for like the for I guess the Egyptian based one.
Yeah,
like
the Eternals, the undead.
Yeah, they're like attacking normal people, but as far as I understand, the necromancer who's running them, what's her name? Liliana. She's also fighting against Bolus. I don't know.
So at the end, it's even shown in the trailers that eventually she ends up turning on Bolus because she has control of them. So she sends them against Bolus, who controls the contract for her life.
Liliana's backstory is that she made like a pact with, was it 3 demons?
4 demons.
4 demons to get like super powerful and become a super powerful necromancer.
Or basically eternal youth type stuff.
Yeah, like her brother died and it traumatized her. And the whole Dominaria arc, she went back and like her brother was a zombie and was basically like the leader of the last demon she needed to kill.
To kill the last demon, yeah. And when
so she kills him, then Bolus shows up and is like, well, now that all the people he made her contract with, it defaults to the person who originally like wrote it or something, which was me, so now I own your soul.
Which was just another way, because he needed someone to control his undead army. But eventually she turns on him and he goes to kill her, and actually Gideon ends up sacrificing himself to save Liliana.
Yeah, because turning against them would kill her because he controls her soul, so Gideon can apparently redirect that onto him, so basically, he sacrifices himself.
Which is Gideon. A nice ending to his story, because originally he has invulnerability magic, which he creates a shield around himself, and he's from the Greek-inspired mythology plane of Theros, and him and his group of friends were fighting against something one day, and they came across the god of death, and he threw a spear at him, and the god just flicks it back, which he throws up his invulnerability magic, and when the smoke clears, all of his friends are dead.
Oof.
So he was the bookend his storyline. It was he was able to sacrifice himself to save his friends. Very fitting.
Yeah, and they gave him a little they're giving him a signature spellbook thing to send him off on, which is also really cute.
Yeah,
I love Rest in Peace.
Original art for all of these cards that tie back to his story, sort of stuff.
That's really cool. That's really well done.
Mm-hmm. They've been going all out for the whole or all of the War of the Spark stuff. They just treated this set like nothing else before it.
I will keep watch. And it's his Oath of Gideon stance too.
Mm-hmm.
And Rest in Peace. I love that card art.
That's really cool.
And there's the Cathion's Return card or whatever too.
Yeah,
in this set.
It seems like one thing that's a little unclear is if it was just in his mind, or if he actually somehow planeswalked back to Theros in the last moment, and because it looks like he ends up in some sort of Elysium equivalent, which is the realm of departed heroes in Greek mythology.
Okay.
So, yeah. Which they could end up using to bring him back somehow, probably, if they really wanted to, but I don't think they would, just because that would cheapen his story. But
probably.
Yeah. Yep. It looks really good. The draft, it looks really fun. Red Black gets a sacrifice sub theme, so I'm ecstatic.
No, Mal, you want to draft 6 cats.
No.
And go off.
You're trying to tell me that my all cat deck may not be viable?
I like how that cat deck kind of works like the Cheeseky cat deck from L5R, where it's just you start popping off and searching for all your cats if your combo works out right. It's just kind of cute.
Those gimmick decks are fun. They're just
Yeah.
flat out fun. When you make those kind
Cat
of decks,
Yeah.
and
is
they work.
definitely one of the favorite subtypes. You can actually play cat tribal in EDH.
Yeah, people love cats.
Cats
As
are
a
great. That's
as a top.
Yeah, you can't play dog tribal.
There you go. See, cats are great. They beat dogs. They beat, at least in this game, anyway.
Magic doesn't even have a dog subtype. It has hound.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're no good hounds.
Wow. I feel like Magic might be biased against good boys.
Rip Firehound. It's the real tribal, Hellion tribal.
Yeah. So
But,
there's that set looks awesome. The story seems really cool. How they did everything. There's a lot of returning characters, even just from Ravnica's past. Like
Bam.
Feather finally gets a card.
Yeah, and Ravnica was like a cool plane to do it on because people
Yeah,
really
it's
love
the-
Ravnica.
Market research shows it's their most popular plane. So that's why
All
we
the
said
factions are cool. They're very unique and flavorful, and the mechanics always seem to reflect them really nicely, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was interesting because we finally got a Ravnica set where the guilds were not like it wasn't about the guilds. It was about war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.